This camper costs $1.2 million.
On the manufacturer's website, they claim that this thing is comfortable, convenient, and most importantly, capable.
So we're gonna spend the next 48 hours in this camper putting all 3 of those claims to the test. We're gonna hit the road, we're gonna do some camping, we're gonna get this thing nice and dirty.
Oh my God.
Oh, it looks like it could roll over.
Oh my God. You broke it?
What were we thinking?
I don't know what we're gonna do.
Oh, good, we just broke our...
Now we're... Welcome to Donut.
And to keep things in perspective, we've got our more humble camping rig. It's
Nobody cares! So, what is this $1 million camper? It's called the Ascender, and it's the flagship overlanding vehicle for a company called 27 North. Basically, it's a Ford F550 Super Duty that's been outfitted with a massive carbon composite camper shell and just about every off-roading feature you'd want in a vehicle, like wirelessly controlled coilovers, a couple of 12,000-pound winches, and even beadlock wheels sporting military-grade tires. And of course, an interior full of quartz countertops, walnut cabinets, and a built-in vacuum. What makes the Ascender different from other high-end campers is the claim that it goes anywhere off-road, and we're gonna put that to the test later to find out if it's really true. But first, we're gonna see how it does out on the open road. You know, where you spend most of your time in a camper like this.
All right, James, you've been behind the wheel for a few minutes now. How does it feel?
Well, if you've been watching our videos for a while, you know that I've ridden an elephant. This feels like you're riding an elephant. Really heavy. Steering is like kind of a suggestion.
Yeah. There's just so much mass up so high that it pulls you wherever it wants to go.
And when you go over dips, it like bounces for about a minute and a half.
It's a very active driving experience. You're definitely working for it, and steering is nothing more than a suggestion.
All right, Justin, so viewers at home already know this truck. We put a lot of miles on this thing since we owned it. It's kind of like the office workhorse, super comfortable. The seats are great. It's very maneuverable around town.
Does the radio still work?
So actually our radio is broken. So we're just gonna have to entertain each other.
Okay.
With some...
Next stop, McDonald's.
There's no way.
Yeah, it's 9 feet. James didn't think it was gonna fit through the drive-thru, but I don't know. I think we can squeeze it. Not gonna make it? Are you sure I'm not gonna make it? All right. Some pretty minor boards.
So right off the bat, we are barely off-road right now.
Yeah, like hardly.
Sedan would do pretty well.
Yeah. You hear the remnants slopping around in the poop tank.
Pretty mild trail. Yeah. I think we're just going to the staging area right now. Okay. I wonder how they're doing back there.
You know, I would say I don't know if this is made for this, but it supposedly is made for this. Good.
All right, so we have made it to our beautiful campsite in Santa Clarita.
On road, this thing drove.
Honestly, the maneuverability and slow speed stuff, like in parking lots, wasn't very bad.
No, surprisingly good. It's kind of like renting a U-Haul.
But
a lot of flexing going on,
Lots.
I think. And at one point, we were flexing so bad that we snapped the lock off of the shower door. So I had to climb back there and hold it shut. For some reason, made out of glass. But the reason that we are willing to deal with the fact that it's not the easiest thing in the world to drive is because it should be the best thing in the world to sleep in. I mean, this costs as much as a house. Let's see how good this thing is now that we're finally camping.
All right, so we're gonna do our normal camping situation here, our normal setup. Got our roof tent to unfold, set up some chairs, tailgate kitchen set up as well.
We'll be done in 2 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, just kind of swings there.
why don't you pull out them stairs, James? Done.
Stairs officially out.
Nice. And you know what? If you actually, we're gonna probably...
Well, if there was any sun out today, we wouldn't feel it.
We'd be protected. After a breezy 3-minute setup of our nice camper, I'm feeling like it's time to make some dinner.
Luckily, we have a full kitchen.
Yeah, Yeah, welcome to my crib. As is crib's tradition, I gotta show you into my fridge. You know, with a $1.2 million camper, it comes with a stocked fridge. So we've got some oat milk, some fruits, and looks like dinner tonight is gonna be salmon and broccoli.
Well, here we are, cooking food that you would have your freshman year of college. This is why we do it.
Living the life.
This is the life.
Yeah, so you come in here, and then you'd be turning stuff on and off. So we'll go cooktop. Oh boy. You see that little red word? It says unavailable in relation to the cooktop.
All right, Justin, bone apple teeth. We got bread on tap.
Dude, it smells great.
So the cooktop is unavailable.
A bunch of our stuff is unavailable.
Yeah, I've noticed a few of those. So far, it hasn't been too terribly intrusive, but
I mean, it's not unavailable.
how? They won't let me turn it on. He says it's not unavailable. Oh, hey. Well, it took us a couple hours, and the stove turned off at some point, but we got it worked out. We've got ourselves a fine meal. Some veggies and some salmon.
That being said, those guys have been done eating for hours,
Yeah,
and chili mac looks pretty good.
I know. Chili mac was sounding pretty good.
It is way nicer in here than it is out there.
Yeah.
It's a lot colder than we anticipated, and it just started raining a little. In here, we don't notice at all.
We're in a nice warm house. Having a fine meal.
Yeah. Those guys aren't getting any omega-3s at all. We are literally getting smarter by spending more money. Well, we had a great day of travel, had a great meal that we cooked inside of our camper.
Now I'm really excited to see how this thing does on the trails tomorrow.
First, let's see how good it is to sleep in. Just watch The Godfather 3 times and knock out, just like every night.
So what was it like sleeping in the $1 million camper?
It was not quite as comfortable as I was hoping, and I did bunk my head a couple times. Better than sleeping on the ground, for sure.
Sure, I woke up twice in the middle of the night because I drank a bunch of water last night. Had to pee, didn't have to leave the truck. Justin and Nolan have been packing up all morning, folding sleeping bags and putting all kinds of canvas things in so they can fit it in zippers and straps. And we've been straight up dilly-dallying like a couple of G's.
All right, so yeah, slept pretty good in the old Smitty-built tent.
Yeah.
I am a little envious of the bathroom on board. Last night we paid with the cold weather and the mist and everything, getting a little wet. Today's our reward. We're gonna get out on the trail. I can't wait. I love off-roading so much, so let's do it.
Okay, so the camping experience might not have been perfect, but that brings us to our final test. The real reason that this truck is supposed to be worth over $1 million. Off-roading, baby.
And that's what we're about to find out. Is this thing good enough off-road to warrant a $1.2 million price tag?
All right, so this truck is definitely a little bit overwhelming, but luckily we have Zachary here with us who has spent a lot of time with the truck.
Hey, thanks for having me,
Thanks for being here.
I'm feeling good. So we're coming up on a steep hill I can see up there. I'm gonna give them as much space as they need.
Yes.
And we're coming up on a tree that they're definitely gonna scrape on.
Can't see what's next though.
Oh, that tree's shaking.
That's the tree.
Well, we're gonna just move some branches, but, you know.
Branches. A little hoppy hop.
A little wiggle, a little slide to the left. But it's doing it.
You know, it feels pretty good. It's trucking right along. The last part was a little bit steeper and it pushed right up that. I think as long as we have a decent line to take, this thing will climb pretty steep.
That thing is just sketchy.
Yeah.
We let you drove our house for 30 seconds, then you broke it.
All right, while those guys tackle the hill, I'm gonna hang back and tell you about today's sponsor, Onyx. Onyx has over 6,500 off-road trails to explore and even lets you make your own. With Onyx's completely custom map markups, I can plot out my trip in 3D, set waypoints, and share them with friends. Onyx gives you incredible insight into trip distance, elevation, and boundaries. Plus, if you know you're going off-grid, Onyx is a fully functional app even when you don't have cell phone service. But the best part is, I can just drop my custom route into a folder and send it out to everyone who needs it. Like this. If you're gonna go off-road, you need Onyx. Scan the QR code, get the app, and if you like it, you can get 20% off with code DONUT20.
Okay, baby, let's see what she's got.
Because I do not want to be behind that.
Little wheel spin. Again, no lockers.
Dude.
This?
Yeah,
That's
Jack.
pretty impressive. Oh, you see it hopping a little bit.
Skip. Come on, big girl. It's so scary. It doesn't have anywhere near.
Oh my God.
It does not have the weight in the front.
Oh, it looks like it could roll over.
Oh, that's good.
Talking about. Oh, I'm sorry.
Wow. Oh my God.
Look at it sway.
Dang.
Man, it made it.
Wow.
That's impressive.
That was crazy.
The front end lifted up. I was like, oh, God.
All right, let's go up.
Getting up the hill in $1 million truck is a little hairy, but for some reason, we thought it would be a good idea to do it a second time. Only this time, Justin would be behind the wheel. His first time driving this truck ever. Definitely, nothing could go wrong with that idea. Right?
Oh my God.
Good?
The camper is a little broken. We are front wheel drive only right now.
We let you drive our house for 30 seconds, then you broke it.
They broke the drive shaft on our house, which is severely cutting into my golf time.
What were we thinking?
So what happened is, so what's up this time? It is my fault. I apologize.
We ain't gonna be able to drive home. This is sort of worst case scenario. We've got the heaviest truck of all time broken on like a 30-degree incline.
I think we might be the first people to try and tow out a $1.3 million camper with a winch from wish.com. I don't like that at all. Oh. Nope. Oh.
What was that?
Sounds like we no longer have a front drive shaft.
Now it's
Now we're
So it's becoming apparent that one of the big problems with having a truck that weighs 20,000 pounds is if anything goes wrong, how the hell do you get it out?
I think our best bet here is to just back it down the hill. We can still steer, we still got brakes. It's gonna be pretty sketch, but what are you gonna do?
As slowly as possible.
nerves are just high, that's all. This is scary, officially. This truck has no control over itself.
That's it. Whew. That was brakes. I'm like 2 foot to the floor.
Ooh, don't get cocky.
No, that wasn't me. This isn't me.
Don't let Justin hear me say that, but that was pretty sketchy.
Our $1 million camper is still completely stuck, abandoned on the trail. It's just too heavy to pull out. Even worse, other car journalists are starting to notice this massive hog stranded in the wilderness. Now, we're clearly not equipped to get this thing out on our own, so we decided to call in some help from our friends. But this isn't going to be a typical off-road recovery.
I brought us parts. Oh, boy. We're gonna have to weld it together.
So we're back here at the resting place of the 27 North, and Matt's Off-Road Recovery is here to help us get it off the side of this mountain. And they came with a plan. That's a pretty tight twist.
I think we can straighten that out.
You think so? They're going to cut the ends off of the broken drive shaft and make a new makeshift drive shaft so that we can get it off the side of this mountain.
There's your trophy.
This man is a real professional. His whole team is really good. So let's just watch and see what happens. Hey, it moves!
The makeshift drive shaft built by Matt actually worked, and the truck can finally move under its own power to get out. Thanks, Matt.
But before you go, what do you think about our $1 million camper?
I like it.
Yeah?
I wouldn't take it up there.
Okay. Well, it is a prototype, and with prototypes, they're built to push the limit, and we definitely did. Make sure you go check out Matt's Off-Road Recovery. Watch the video where we collab together. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you, 27 North, for letting us destroy your vehicle. Thank you, Zach Deal, for driving it out to come see us. This is literally my biggest mistake in the world, so y'all have a good one.